nice when we get a chance to talk to the great P.J. Carlesimo. Because he's a Fordham guy, Don. I don't know if you realize that.
I know.
All right. You should pay homage to that.
And his dad worked at Fordham, right?
Yeah, and every one of his 15 brothers and sisters went to Fordham.
All of them?
Every one. Right, P.J.?
Absolutely.
All on scholarship, right?
Kind of. Maybe a little bit of tuition remission there.
There you go. Now, Tim McCarthy wanted me to ask you, did you play Olympic today because he was supposed to play golf with you?
No, we played yesterday.
How was it?
It was excellent. Our golf was not excellent, but Olympic was excellent.
All right. Now, let's talk about this finals. I'm intrigued by it. Vegas says that the Warriors are 2-1 favorites, which is pretty significant. Tell me how the Cavaliers can win, PJ.
Well, I think the first priority, I'm just assuming LeBron's going to play out of his mind. I think that's a given. But I think the priority would be a healthy Kyrie Irving. And again, kind of what we've been going through with Derrick Rose the last couple of years. It's not enough that he play. Fine, even if he chooses to gut it out, if he's not close to all-star Kyrie Irving, then I think it's going to be very difficult for the Cavs. I just think that there's so much pressure on them to score points, as well as they're playing defensively, and they've been the best defensive team in the playoffs so far. In points allowed and field goal percentage D, I think they're 2. 3-point defense, I think they're 1. And rebounding, they've really been well. But he's just not going to slow down Golden State that much, I don't believe. So you're going to need to score points. And I think for them to score, the amount of points they need, I think they need Kyrie out there and hitting on most of his cylinders, if not all. But if they can slow down the three-point shooting, and they did a great job against Boston and against Atlanta in limiting their three-point shots and taking them down to a real manageable percentage. And they dominate them on the boards, which they're capable of doing, particularly the offensive boards. Then I think they have a chance. But I really think their margin for error is slim. I don't think it would be a out-of-this-world upset. But Golden State's the better team. I think they're across the board the better team in most categories, and they got the home court advantage. So, I think it's going to be tough to beat Golden State.
With that all said, PJ, if you were to rank the players, James and Curry of importance would be 1, 2. Would Kyrie then be the third?
Who was 2? I'm sorry.
Well, James and Curry would be the 2 most important players.
Yeah, I think. I'm not so sure I wouldn't put him first because, again, in my mind, it's a given how those other guys are going to play. Like 3 days ago, I said, hey, if Klay Thompson doesn't play, that's going to hurt Golden State, not to the extent that it would hurt Cleveland. I just think they need Kyrie doing what he's capable of doing. Everybody's aware of it, but Kevin Love's not there. He took one of their big weapons away. You take another one away, or he really plays limited, which is the way he played against Chicago. Not that he didn't play well, but he played limited. I just think it's going to be hard to beat them. I think Golden State's got too many weapons. They're too good on both ends of the court, and they have too many players. Their bench is so deep and so talented that I think they have a decided advantage going in.
And, PJ, I feel like when it comes to the talent of this group, as you're talking about, and even just what they've accomplished up until this point, 67 wins in that West, the way they stormed through the playoffs, if they were a team who had been here, if they were last year's Spurs, I know Le Batard was talking about this the other day too, you'd be saying, oh, yeah, of course they're going to win. They're obviously the favorites. Because they haven't been here, I feel like sometimes people are hesitant. How much does experience matter at this time of year? Is there any chance in your mind that the stage does scare away the Warriors from playing their A game?
Not the team. Individuals, yes. I've seen individuals who had good regular season, sometimes even good first 2 or 3 rounds, and all of a sudden they get to this stage and it's like, whoa, they don't look like the same player. But I don't see that happening with enough Warriors that's a factor. I think the other thing that's misleading, people keep throwing around, well, Cleveland has 6 guys with rings, finals experience, and okay, LeBron, tremendously significant. James Jones to a lesser extent because he's in a rotation right now. But, the other 4 guys, they're not playing Sean Marion and Kendrick Perkins and Brendan Haywood and Mike Miller a lot. So the guys that are going to play are Kyrie, hopefully, Dellavedova, Shumpert, JR, Tristan, Mozgov, none of them have experience, nor does Kyrie and his whole cast. So I think you got a lot of guys in the same situation with the exception of LeBron. I don't minimize those graybeards that Cleveland has, and some of them may be a factor, but the reality of it is very few of them have averaged big minutes in the playoffs at all other than LeBron. So the playoff experience is not as significant as I think some people are making it out to be.